Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're trying to make sense of the wild, chaotic, and frankly contradictory world of artificial intelligence as it looks right now at the start of 2026.
Okay, let's just dive right in. On one side of the internet, you have this kind of energy, right? Pure, absolute, unadulterated hype. It's this feeling that we are right on the edge of the next great leap in human history.
And then on the other side, you get this, a real reality check. These two posts, they pretty much capture the entire conflict we're digging into today. The incredible, soaring promise of AI versus its messy, complicated, and often frustrating reality. So, how did we even get here? Well, the past year has just been a total frenzy of AI development, investment, and, it's being shoved into our daily lives. And all that has created this atmosphere of just intense pressure.
It's a kind of mania, really. There's this pressure cooker environment in boardrooms and startups to just adopt AI no matter the cost. And that has led to this massive speculative bubble with just unbelievable amounts of money pouring in.
So let's start with the dream, right? The unstoppable promise that's pushing this entire industry forward at a totally breakneck pace. Okay, so check out this number, $134 billion. This is the staggering amount that Elon Musk is trying to get from OpenAI and Microsoft. He's claiming it's wrongful gains from his early support. I mean, if you want a perfect indicator of the insane financial stakes we're talking about, well, there it is. And this quote right here from a user on the r Singularity subreddit, it just perfectly captures the almost religious fervor behind this whole chase for artificial general intelligence, or AGI. AGI, of course, is the goal of an AI that has human-like intelligence, that can learn and reason. It's seen as the first step to ASI, or artificial superintelligence, which would, in theory, blow right past human intellect entirely. The true believers, the proponents of this tech, they think we're just a few key breakthroughs away from AGI. As you can see here, they're focused on these huge challenges, like giving it memory, getting it to learn continuously. Some researchers at big labs like OpenAI and Anthropic are even predicting it could arrive as early as this year, 2026. Okay, so that's the dream. Now for the reality check. Because for all that hype, the truth on the ground is that this stuff is just riddled with massive technical, financial, and ethical problems. And this slide, it really lays it all out, doesn't it? The marketing versus the machine. For every grand promise about what these systems are supposed to do, there's a really daunting technical hurdle that, let's be honest, nobody has solved yet. So here's a crucial point. This problem right here, it's called catastrophic forgetting. What it means is that when you try to teach a model new things, it can actually make the model worse. It causes it to just forget what it already knew. Seriously, think of it like trying to teach a genius a new language, but in doing so, they completely forget how to do basic math. It's a fundamental flaw that is very, very much not solved. And this gets to the heart of what so many of us are actually experiencing. These AI models still hallucinate, which is a nice way of saying they just make stuff up. See, they're designed to predict the next logical word in a sentence, not to actually check if something is true. They've learned patterns from the internet, sure, but they don't understand facts. So they can confidently spit out incredibly plausible-sounding nonsense. Now, this isn't just a technical problem, it's a huge financial one, too. Just look at these numbers from Meta's disastrous pivot to the metaverse. That project has racked up nearly $80 billion in operating losses while generating barely any revenue. It's forced them into layoffs and a huge pivot back to AI. It's really a massive cautionary tale about betting the farm on unproven tech. And beyond the money, there are some serious societal nightmares. For example, the Grok AI assistant on X being used to digitally undress photos of women. This isn't just some harmless glitch. We're talking about a tool being used for abuse, and it's raising these huge legal and moral questions about who's responsible and what digital consent even means anymore. So what happens when that hype train smashes into the wall of reality? Well, you get this. A chaotic, messy battleground where the biggest players are making desperate, high-stakes moves just to survive and dominate. And this battle is playing out for everyone to see in the courtroom. As this chart shows, Elon Musk is suing his former company, OpenAI, with this massive lawsuit that basically challenges its entire transformation into a for-profit beast allied with Microsoft.
It's a huge fight over money, over control, and really over the very soul of what the AI mission was supposed to be.
But the war for AI's future isn't just being fought in courtrooms. It's a flat-out arms race on the stock market. You've got these frantic, multi-billion-dollar buyouts, with companies like Meta and NVIDIA spending absolute fortunes to snap up the tech they lack, while other giants like Disney are making massive deals just to get a seat at the table.
So, what does all this corporate chaos, this frantic race to build and deploy at any cost, actually mean for us, for the people using this stuff? Well, it means the internet is changing, and we have to learn to navigate a new and honestly a much messier information environment. And that brings us to a new term you absolutely need to know: AI slop. It's the direct consequence of this AI frenzy. It's that flood of low-quality, AI-generated junk that is now clogging up our social feeds, music platforms like Spotify, and even professional networks like LinkedIn. And this creates a really dangerous feedback loop. Some people are calling it the Ouroboros, the snake eating its own tail. New AIs are now literally being trained on the slop created by older AIs. The huge risk here is a potential downward spiral in quality, creating this echo chamber of homogenized and possibly totally incorrect information that future AIs will just treat as gospel truth. So, as we try to figure out 2026, it all comes down to this critical question. We know the gap between AI's promise and its reality is still huge. We know the biggest players are locked in this high-stakes war for dominance. And we know the fallout is a messier internet for all of us. So, are we just watching a massive bubble get ready to pop, wiping out billions of dollars in investment? Or are these just the messy, chaotic, growing pains of a technology that is in fact about to change absolutely everything?